Imagine this. You're William, a 30-year-old professional living in Singapore. For the past 2 years, you've been in what you believe is a serious relationship with a young Thai woman named Noi. She's told you she's studying hotel management at Ramkhamhaeng University, and you've planned to spend 2 weeks together at the end of December. But suddenly, in mid-October, she vanishes, no replies to your emails, no answers to your calls, nothing but voicemail on her mobile. You're left with a gnawing worry. Is she okay? Did something terrible happen? Or is there something much darker going on? Today, I'm going to walk you through William's story, a case that shows just how easily love can be twisted into deception, and how a seemingly perfect relationship can unravel into a nightmare. As I tell this story, ask yourself, how far would you go to find out the truth about someone you love? And, more importantly, would you be prepared for what you might discover? When Noi first disappeared, William was consumed with worry. He knew Thailand could be dangerous. Maybe she had been in a motorcycle accident, or worse. But with work commitments and no clear idea of where to start, he realized he couldn't just drop everything and fly to Bangkok. So, he did the next best thing. He hired a private investigator. At this point, William didn't suspect foul play. He just wanted to find Noi and make sure she was safe. The private investigator took on the case as a missing person inquiry. It was clear from the start that this would be challenging. William had very little information about Noi's whereabouts. She had told him she was a student at Ramkhamhaeng University and worked at a prominent hotel in Bangkok's central business district. But there were no personal details, no home address, no contact information for her family, just a mobile phone number that now went straight to voicemail. The first step was to check out the hotel where Noi supposedly worked. But when the investigator called, they were told that Noi had quit almost a year ago, without giving any notice. She had simply stopped showing up one day, picked up her last paycheck, and disappeared. This was the first sign that something was seriously wrong. Why hadn't she told William she no longer worked there? What else was she hiding? Next, the investigator turned to Ramkhamhaeng University. But things only got stranger. There was no record of Noi's recent attendance. In fact, she hadn't been enrolled in classes for over a year, despite telling William she was about to graduate. This was a massive red flag. William had been sending her money, believing she was struggling to pay for her education, but it was becoming clear that this was a lie. When the investigator presented these findings to William, he was initially in shock. He couldn't believe that the woman he loved could be lying to him about such fundamental aspects of her life. But as the reality sank in, his shock turned to anger and betrayal. How could Noi deceive him like this? What else was she hiding? William began to open up more about their relationship, revealing details he had initially kept to himself out of embarrassment. He admitted that Noi had started asking for money more urgently just before she disappeared. In one particularly odd instance, she had pressured him to send money by a specific date, saying it was absolutely crucial. William had scraped together the funds and sent the money, but after that, Noi vanished. As the investigation continued, it became clear that Noi had been using William for his money. Over the course of their 2-year relationship, William had sent her far more than what was necessary for a student's living expenses in Bangkok. He had also bought her a laptop, carefully customized with a Thai keyboard, only to discover she wasn't even a student anymore. Noi had created an elaborate web of lies, manipulating William into sending her money under false pretenses. The investigator didn't stop there. They started to track down Noi's former co-workers and acquaintances, trying to piece together her life in Bangkok. Eventually, they found Aled, a former co-worker who remembered Noi and revealed that she had moved on to a more luxurious hotel. This hotel catered to wealthy tourists and businessmen, and Noi had been working in the lobby, greeting guests and serving in the lounge. But, just like before, Noi had suddenly quit this job without notice and disappeared. As the investigation progressed, it became increasingly clear that Noi was not the innocent student she had portrayed herself to be. The more the investigator dug, the more it became apparent that Noi had a pattern of using people and then disappearing when it suited her. William was devastated by the truth, but he was also determined to find out exactly what had happened to the woman he thought he loved. The investigators' breakthrough came when they finally tracked down Noi's sister, who was working for a company in Bangkok. Posing as a friend from Ramkhamhaeng University, the investigator learned the shocking truth. Noi had flown to the United States in mid-October with an American boyfriend she had met at the new hotel. This was the same time William had sent her the last sum of money. She had effectively used William's generosity to fund her departure with another man. When the investigator told William what they had discovered, he was devastated. The woman he had loved, supported, and planned a future with had not only lied to him but had used him to further her own agenda. But William handled the news with remarkable grace. He realized that holding on to anger would only hurt him more. Instead, he chose to let go and move on, understanding that some people are just not worth saving. William decided not to contact Noi. Despite having her new phone number in the US, he didn't want to confront her or seek revenge. Instead, he sent her one final email, revealing that he knew the truth and expressing his hope that she would become a more considerate person in the future. He told her that he forgave her but made it clear that he would be moving on to find someone trustworthy. Noi never responded to that email. As William reflected on everything that had happened, he realized just how much he had lost, money that could have been invested in his future, and time that he could never get back. But more than that, he had lost his faith in someone he had trusted completely. It was a painful lesson, but one that he knew he had to learn. This case serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers of falling too hard, too fast, especially with someone you don't truly know. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new relationship, but when things don't add up, it's crucial to pay attention to those red flags. In William's case, his love for Noi blinded him to the warning signs that something wasn't right, and he paid the price. As we reflect on this story, I want you to think about your own relationships. Have you ever been in a situation where you were so in love that you ignored the warning signs? How did it turn out? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Sharing your experiences could help someone else avoid a similar situation. For William, the hardest part was accepting that Noi never truly cared about him. Despite all the money, time, and effort he had invested in their relationship, she didn't even have the decency to reply to his final email. It was a harsh reminder that not everyone you meet has good intentions, and that sometimes, love can be nothing more than a convenient lie. In the end, William turned this painful experience into a valuable life lesson. He learned to be more cautious in relationships and to trust his instincts when something doesn't feel right. He also realized the importance of due diligence, something that could have saved him a lot of heartache if he had done it sooner. This story isn't just about one man's heartbreak. It's a cautionary tale for anyone who's ever been in a long-distance relationship, or who's ever fallen for someone they met online. It's easy to get caught up in the romance of it all, but when money starts to change hands and the truth becomes elusive, it's time to take a step back and reassess. As we wrap up this story, I want to leave you with one final thought. Trust is something that must be earned, not given blindly. It's okay to love someone deeply, but it's also important to protect yourself and be aware of the red flags that may indicate something isn't right. Love should lift you up, not leave you questioning everything. If you found this story as eye-opening as I did, give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more real-life stories and advice. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to question someone's intentions? How did you handle it? Until next time, stay smart, protect your heart, and always listen to your instincts.